Okay, now we move over to step 3. So you guys have done all the hard work by recording some of this information, or at least going through the processes. What we want to do now is actually capture this so that you can send it on to the IT department. And what we use for this process is something called the snipping tool. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it, but in case you're not, we're going to go through this step by step. Again, we use that Windows key that you guys should know very well now. And just type the word snip. And I just want to show you what could happen. So right at the top here, just have a look. There's a snip and sketch. Now this is the new version of it. I'm not too crazy about it. I go down to a tool called snipping tool. Do you guys see it down there? Just click on it. It should run itself. As you guys can see, it just popped up here there. There's a few nice things to use here, but clearly what we want to do first is use that little button called new. And what happens is it actually stops your screen. You'll see there's like a gray uh, blanket that came across it. Now you can capture anything on this screen. So for instance, if you want to send me the task manager information, just click once with your mouse and then you drag the mouse over the area that you want to capture. So I'm just doing it very nicely over this block right now. And the second you leave the mouse, you see snipping tool actually opens with what I've been capturing. And now there's a few cool little tools in here. So you guys don't need to analyze this. That's what we're going to do. But if there's anything in here that's bothering you, for instance, I explained in the first step, if you see anything over 70% or 80%, you can bring it to our attention. So if you look up here, there's a little goodie that calls itself a highlighter. It always starts in yellow. It's its default color. Now, if you are unhappy with the CPU, again, click with the mouse. You just pull a line, and this is not art class. We're not going to give you marks on this. So you can highlight it any way you feel like. And if you were unhappy about the memory, you highlight that. The idea is I'm trying to say you can highlight things you want to bring to our attention. More importantly, you need to save this right now. I like using the desktop. So I'm going to go File. I'm going to say Save As. Now, my suggestion to all of you are, each of you can do it the way you want to. I always like using the desktop. Now, I've created a folder already called IT Issues. You guys can call it whatever you want to, screen capture, IT problems. I'm just going to pick my IT issues. And then you see it wants to save it as capture. I suggest calling it error 1 because you might be capturing more than one error you want to send back to us. Saves it in PNG format, it's fine. We as IT guys can open it and you just click save. Now I want to go and capture the information from the speed test. So all you need to do is you go up here to new again. Same process is going to happen. The screen goes gray. You're going to click with the mouse once again for me, highlight the area that you want to capture, release the button, pops in there. This is the darkest screen, but I think the process will still work to use a highlighter. The download speed was an issue for you. Just highlight it over there. Upload speed, for instance, same process. Anything on the screen you wanted to bring to our attention, click on File As, Save As. The upside here now is because you already saved something in there, it should be in the same folder. Otherwise, you go Desktop, IT Issues. I would just call this error 2 and you hit save, and at least at this stage we've now captured that information. So at this stage what we need you to do is to email this through to support@helpdesk.stefstocks.com, the standard help desk system, so that these emails pop through to our actual help desk system and that we can deal with them. Clearly, if this is an emergency as well, still log the call, but nothing stops you guys from getting on to and contacting myself or any of the IT representatives. But please log the call so that we have a history of these issues so that we can look after them.